Hey friends, today I will explain to you a 2016 Japanese romance drama movie named Drowning Love. The movie starts with a teenage girl called Natsume Mochizuki, who is doing a photo shoot for a magazine cover. Natsume is a gorgeous girl who works as a teenage model in Tokyo. Because of her elegance and demeanor, which seemed mature, Natsume instantly got attention and became a fairly popular teenage model. Nonetheless, Natsume was forced to quit her job as a model because she and her family had to move to her father's hometown of Yukigumo due to her grandfather's health circumstance worsening. So her family had to take care of her grandfather. Because, according to Natsume, being a model is everything to her. She is not excited about walking to this village located by the sea, which is certainly very different from Tokyo. Natsume immediately felt bored being there. But she had no other option because her parents had determined that they would stay there to take care of her grandfather and manage the inn owned by her grandfather. Natsume intimately sneaks away from the house at a welcoming party and strolls through the village. Natsume appeared interested in a forest with a no entry warning sign. Then she ignored the warning and decided to go in there. And at the end of her journey through the forest, she found a beach with an extremely beautiful view. Natsume decided to take a walk around the beach. There, Natsume saw a young man with blonde hair, and in her view, the young man appeared to be shining. So she felt very attracted to come closer. Natsume watched the young man swimming in the sea, and when the young man came ashore, she unexpectedly shuddered in fear because the young man was approaching her, making her fall and whispering something to her. And that day, Natsume, for the first time, was attracted to a young man at her young age. The following day, Natsume enters her new school and introduces herself in front of the class, where she eventually reunites with the blonde-haired boy who was at the beach yesterday. Because Natsume is a fairly popular model, she instantly becomes the center of attention and makes new friends. A boy named Katsutoshi Otomo and a girl named Kanema Tsunaga. Natsume eventually found out that the blonde-haired boy was named Koichiro Hasegawa, more familiarly called Ku. Ku is a wealthy and deeply influential young heir to the Hasegawa family. Natsume's classmates tell Natsume that Ku is descended from the protectors of their village, the Hasegawa family. According to the villagers, the Hasegawa family has spiritual power because they are known to have a close relationship with the gods. So the Hasegawa family has traditionally been the village's guardian. Ku doesn't seem interested in Natsume, who was a model, and says that she might be eliminated soon because there are so many beautiful models nowadays. Natsume was waiting for Ku's comment, but she asked why Ku came to the forbidden forest and beach. Hearing this, their classmates were surprised that Ku went there. Seemingly, the forest and the beach have become forbidden because it has claimed many lives. One of them is Otomo's dad. They told Natsume that anyone who entered the sea or swam there would be cursed by the gods. Ku didn't seem to mind the curse because the place related to him. Ku then said he was cursed and asked his classmates to stay away from him. But because Natsume was so curious about Ku, she then determined to go to the forbidden beach to meet him because she was sure Ku would be there. Natsume tells Ku that the village is boring because nothing is interesting there. Hence, it's only natural that Ku always visits the forbidden beach because it's such a beautiful place. After getting to know Natsume more Ku thinks Natsume is quite interesting. He then takes her somewhere. Natsume thought that Ku wanted to show her a beautiful sight, but Ku instead made her jump into the sea. And then he laughed because now she was cursed, just like himself. But the two of them didn't feel worried and rather enjoyed it while laughing happily. Since then, Natsume and Ku seem to be getting closer, although their closeness is relatively unique. And they can't be said to be dating. One day, Ku doesn't go to school, and Natsume asks her friends about it. It turns out that Ku didn't go to school because he had to paint a mask in preparation for the upcoming fire festival. Natsume then obtained a photo book from a famous photographer from Tokyo named Shogo Hirano. Shogo told Natsume that he was interested in making her his model and wanted to do a photo shoot in her village to make a Photo book. The following day, Natsume told Ku about the photo shoot when they went to school together. Natsume then undergoes a photo shoot in the forest, where Ku annoys them by throwing stones. Ku doesn't seem to like their presence and says that the forest belongs to him and Natsume, who he considers his. After that, Ku rushed away, and Natsume instantly chased after him, causing a chase between them, making Natsume look very happy. At the same time, Shogo kept taking pictures of Natsume, who was busy running chasing Ku. Natsume then comes to be increasingly interested in Ku, who, according to her, has a unique and mysterious character that always makes her curious. One day, Otomo comes to visit Natsume's house. Otomo seemed to be interested in Natsume and attempted to approach her. On the other hand, Kana knows that Natsume likes Ku and supports their relationship if the two are really dating. Kana even said that Natsume might be matched with Ku as his wife because she is a gorgeous and popular girl, and like her. When Natsume came home from school, she showed her finished photo book to Ku. Natsume and Ku then head home from school together, where they then run around again happily. Natsume then gave her photo book to Ku. Ku turned each page silently, indicating that he seemed to really like Natsume but was reluctant to confess his feelings. Natsume then said she wanted to always be by Ku's side and attract his attention. When Natsume looked amazed by her own feelings, Ku then gave Natsume a soft drink, and when she opened it, the foam spurted out because they were running around. But because of that, Natsume and Ku then kissed and appeared to start dating. After going out with Ku, Natsume looks so happy that she doesn't even care about being a model anymore, as long as she can always be by Ku's side. But after that, Ku glanced gloomy and kept away from Natsume, even saying he didn't like her. Ku left Natsume alone even though they had pledged to go back to school together. Natsume then chases Ku to the forbidden beach. There was a nervous expression on Ku's face about his relationship with Natsume. The two had a fight, and Natsume even asked if Ku liked her or not. Even though Ku didn't answer anything, he took off the bracelet in his hand and gave it to Natsume, telling that the bracelet would protect her. The bracelet was given to Ku by his family as someone who would be the village's protector and, of course, very significant. Ku gave the bracelet to Natsume because she was very important to him. The two of them made up again and had fun days as a couple. Quickly afterward, a fire festival would be held in the village in the evening, and Natsume seemed to be preparing to go there wearing yukata. But before leaving, Natsume was called by her mother to instantly come down and meet a man named Takumi Asune. Takumi seems to be a close acquaintance of her family, and he accidentally visits the village and decides to pay a visit to Natsume's grandfather's house. When finally reaching at the location of the fire festival and meeting with Ku, Natsume looks so spoiled and wants to always be by his side. Nonetheless, Ku seems indifferent and rarely shows his attention to Natsume, even though he cares about her. At the height of the celebration of the fire festival, where Ku is the successor of the Hasegawa family, had to take part in the event, and Natsume could only watch, Takumi then took the chance to approach Natsume. Takumi said that her grandfather unexpectedly fell ill and had to be rushed to the hospital. Natsume, who panicked, then followed Takumi to check on her grandfather's condition. But it turns out that all of that was just a trick of Takumi, who was planning to do bad things to Natsume because he was very obsessed with her, a model. Knowing that Natsume is in danger, Ku then tries to find her whereabouts. Meanwhile, Takumi takes Natsume to a deserted street and intends to harass her. But Natsume put up a fight and organized to escape into the forest. Moments later, Ku caught up with them and was about to save Natsume. Nonetheless, when Ku was about to help Natsume climb to a higher place, he was caught off guard and did not notice Takumi's presence behind him, who then hit Ku on the head with a rock until he was helpless. Natsume panicked and instantly ran away, but she was caught by Takumi again in the end. After that, Natsume fainted and soon was found by the locals. Natsume then cried in her father's arms, who tried to calm her down. Meanwhile, Ku seemed to cry because he couldn't save Natsun. Ku even kept his head down and didn't dare look at Natsun. Since then, things have shifted 180 degrees. Natsun enters high school and is still traumatized by what transpired that night, even though it's been a year. Even in summer, Natsun didn't dare take off her blazer and always wore it because she was still traumatized. Natsun, who used to be very popular as a model, is no longer popular in high school. Then she becomes a loner, has no friends, and always looks gloomy. Otomo, who used to be close to Natsun, now stays away from her, because gossip of Natsun being raped has spread shortly in the village, even reaching the entertainment industry. Hence, she became the subject of gossip. Natsun went through her high school years in a void and was always alone, until one day, Otomo ultimately spoke to her after so long. Meanwhile, Ku discontinued his education and chose to become a thug who likes to fight. Since that night, Ku has been preventing Natsun because he feels so guilty, and they never see each other again. When no one cared about Natsun, Otomo was the only person who filled her days. They became close and eventually became friends again like they used to be. However, Natsun even thought back to Ku and decided to find his whereabouts. After getting a little help from Kana, Natsun eventually found Ku's whereabouts and rushed off to meet him. But when Ku saw Natsun, he ran away and avoided her. But this time, Natsun did not give up and proceeded to follow Ku to the shore, where they boarded the ship. And Ku accidentally started the ship's engine, then transmitted Natsun away from the land. Natsun then asked why Ku had always avoided her, even though she was always waiting for him. But Ku seems to think it's not significant. Ku then told Natsun not to waste her life like this and pursue her dream. The two of them had a big fight, and even so angry, Natsun instantly strangled Ku and threw him into the sea. Ku purposely didn't swim and tried to drown himself. But Natsun instantly saves him. Ku seems to love Natsun, but the two of them will not be able to be together because she will always suffer if she continues to be with him. Ku always thought that he was denounced and the people around him would be cursed. Therefore, Ku asks Natsun to forget him, and they never meet again. Hearing that, Natsun generally felt very sad. Natsun, who felt hurt, then went home crying. Otomo saw Natsun trying to win over her and took her to a place. When they have a heart-to-heart conversation, Otomo supports Natsun's dream and says that she seems to actually like modeling and tells her to go to Paris to leave everything in this village. Natsun got better after chatting with Otomo. She then asked Otomo if he liked her. But Otomo said they were just friends, and she felt fine if they were just friends. However, they ultimately date. One day, Natsun goes to a forbidden place again and meets Ku on the way there. Ku looks hurt after fighting with other thugs until he ultimately faints, and Natsun takes him somewhere. After Ku woke up, Natsun then expressed her desire to ask him to run away from there. But Ku rather said that this would be the last time they met, and he wanted Natsun to leave him. Even though Natsun wants to always be by Ku's side, Ku can't award his wish because he hopes that she will pursue her dream of becoming a popular model again and leave this village. As the successor to the village's protective family, Ku necessarily can't leave the village. And he doesn't want to be a barrier to Natsun from realizing her dream either. Because Ku asked Natsun to leave the village, she eventually decided to pursue her dream of becoming a model again and moved to Tokyo. Natsun decides to end her love relationship with Otomo, and in the end, he gives up on Natsun and encourages her to realize her dream. Even though they are no longer dating, they are still good friends. Natsun plans to leave for Tokyo after this year's fire festival. On the night of the festival, Kana sees a suspicious person wearing a mask, and she is sure that the mask is not made by Ku for the festival. Feeling that Natsun is in danger again, Kana instantly looks for Ku, who is at the festival, and informs him. Meanwhile, Natsun is very shocked because the suspicious person wearing a mask and following her is Takumi Asun. Ku has not given up on making Natsume his own. Natsume then panicked and screamed as loud as she could until she eventually passed out. But before collapsing unconscious, Natsume noticed the presence of Ku there, who had come to save her. After that incident, Ku's whereabouts are unknown. Kana said Takumi was dead, and Natsume thought Ku had assassinated him. After that, Natsume moves to Tokyo to pursue her dream. Numerous years later, Natsume became a famous actress and won an award. One day, Natsume decides to take a vacation to her hometown, hoping to see Ku again. At the end of the film, Natsume and Ku are indicated riding motorbikes together, but actually, it is Natsume's wishful thinking from the cutscenes in the new film. And the end. If you are a lover of similar content like this, take a look at my distinct videos, and if you love it, please break the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification horn. Catch sight of you in the successive video.